Welcome to the yearly mobile application. This is specifically the Android version, but the iOS version looks similar and has all the same functionality. We are a virtual yearbook operating much like a hardback yearbook would be, but this allows for users who don't go to high school, they're homeschooled, or they are in a virtual school. This allows them to connect similarly as you would as if you were in a physical location. The two features here that we have implemented so far are the sign me up, which creates a user, and a sign in, which loads the user. The sign up my school will come in the next iteration. Both of these, sign me up and sign in, operate with the users table. The sign me up will create all the data into the user table, and then sign in obviously just looks to see if there's valid information in the users table. At first signing up, you have to enter a code provided by your school. You have to enter a code, and upon typing in a code, it looks through the database to see if that is a valid school. This is not. In fact, the only one that is right now is one we created for the University of Memphis. Once a valid code is entered, it will let you into selecting an email and password. We can go ahead and do that, and you will notice here that you have to enter a valid email. It has to have a period and has to have the @ symbol. Next is the rest of the information for a basic user. The only fields that are required here are the city and your name. And we will just use me as an example. You can also choose to write a little something about yourself. You can add activities that you partake in, and you can also add phone numbers or anything else that you would like. This could be a Facebook link or etc. And you can select a profile picture. Upon entering all this information, if you select create user, it will upload that data into the database using PHP scripts and some HTTP post method. Now that we have a user created, we can go ahead and load that user from the database. We click sign in, and if we enter a user that doesn't exist, it'll let us know. And so it does have to be a user that exists with the correct password. And there you are, signed in. This will be done in the next iteration. It will include a yearbook looking main page where it will be a picture of everyone that is in your class and part of the same school. And upon clicking on each user, you will be taken to their user page, which will also be done in the next iteration. One important thing to keep in mind when doing mobile applications is that if you flip it landscape-wise, the view must change. So here we'll show you how things are a little different at landscape, and we'll just go through the same basic walkthrough through sign me up with that same code. And then since that user already exists, we will have to create a new email. And that will work. Here the only main difference is that you now have to scroll through to get to all the information. But if you choose, you can still select your profile picture, enter your name, and your city, just like before. You could describe yourself, you could add activities, numbers, and whatnot, just like previously. And then create your user. And the sign-in looks somewhat similar. So that is our basic yearly application. Like I said earlier, we'll have to work on the main yearbook page upon signing in or creating a user. We will also work on the user profile, and finally we will do what's called an update feed, which is basically like a post. You can make a comment or upload a picture, and everyone in your class and who's part of your school will see that. We're still discussing some validations, whether we want the whole school to be able to see it or just people in that specific grade. So stay tuned for more, and thank you.